Says, all right, all right, all right, all right. See what we got here. Test, test, test. If y'all can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. We're gonna go ahead and get started into this class. All right, y'all Bashim Yashab Barakatah. Y'all Shema Bashim Yashab. To all the brothers and sisters in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge and all across the nation. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group or any other camp. You understand? Today, we're going to go into the Monday night breakdown. You understand? Send prayers up to Officer Bon Karar, brother, recovering from his surgery or whatever. He normally teaches a hell of a Monday class. I'm stepping in for him today, for sure. But we're going to go ahead and go into the topic of not being a coward. Do not be a coward. You understand? We don't live in fear. You understand? Here in the Isupk. You understand? A lot of people, you run into a lot of brothers and sisters out there in the world. You understand that always ask us how could they always make statements like y'all brothers is heavy, but y'all y'all do good, but y'all just need to humble yourselves a little bit more, be humble, and this and that, and we don't be humble in here. We don't do the humbleness in here. You know what I'm saying? And here we don't live in fear, and we don't humble ourselves here. We are aggressive in here at what we do. We have nothing to have to. We don't live in fear of what somebody can do to us because we obey the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? We live righteously in this body, and we do what the Lord requests of us. So we have no need to be humble in the society, in this society amongst our enemies. You understand? Being humble is for people who want to disobey the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Being humble is for people who want to go out and smoke, smoke weed and rob and rape and be evil in this place. You know what I'm saying? That's for somebody to be humble. You want to do that, you be humble and be quiet. But when it comes to us, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't be quiet about this truth. We don't humble ourselves in here. You understand? We go out here and we tell you, we do what the scripture says. The scripture says to cry loud and spare not, and show Israel their transgressions, right? So that's what we do in here. We don't live in fear. I'm gonna let brothers come in. I'm rocking this vest that this is our vest right here. I'm rocking it today. It's just so damn hardcore, man. You understand? I might have to go and buy this off of you. I might have to go and buy this off of you. This joint is so hardcore. He probably gonna let me get it, but it ain't no sweat. You know what I'm saying? But we don't live in fear, man. We don't humble ourselves up in here. Humbling is for what Christians do. We're not the type of people that's gonna sit around and just be all, all weak and trying to please our master and trying to please other people and being quiet and not be, because we have nothing to worry about. Like in the sense of we don't have to go out here and worry about, what's going to happen to us, because as long as we follow the Most High is going to see us out of every situation. As long as we being obedient to His law, statutes, and commandments. So what we're going to do, you understand, is we're going to go into a few scriptures, you understand, about living, about being courageous, right? Which is what we should be doing. You understand? About being courageous and not living in fear. You understand? Make sure you paying your tithes 10% to the school. Make sure you paying Commander General Yohana his tithes, man. Make sure you're paying your tithes. Make sure you're calling and getting counsel. You understand? If you got any issues, anything going on in your head, if Shaitan is in your mind, call us so we can help you to get rid of whatever demons that is conjuring up in your head, or whatever wickedness that Shaitan is brewing up in your head. Make sure you're calling and getting counsel so we can help you to fight that demon. You understand? Don't sit around with demons in your mind and just, deciding to be passive about it and not fight them. You got to fight those. You got to be aggressive. This is warfare. You understand? Which is bringing me to my topic about being courageous. You understand? Yahweh Shema Lataba Hashem Yahshua. You understand? That's about being courageous. You must be courageous in this truth. You can't allow life's issues to tear you down. You can't allow what you think is going to happen to you to stop you from going forward. You understand? It's weak. You understand? To get in this place in your mind where you won't go forward and you won't fight no more because you're in fear that you won't win. You won't win the battle, man. You understand? The only people who live their lives like that is Christians. Christians live every day just weak and afraid of life. That's why they smoke weed, because they're trying to get high. Why? Because they're trying to escape reality. That's the reason why they're homosexuals. You understand? Because they made up in their mind that being a homosexual is a safe place for them, even though we know that path leads you down to death, man. And that's just any wicked thing that we decide to do. You understand? To live, you understand, to live in fear. You know what I'm saying? We don't live in fear in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We are courageous and we fight our battles in this place, man. You understand? And a lot of time, and most of the time, it starts with you acknowledging that you have an issue and getting help or seeking help when it comes down to it, man. You understand? Making sure that you're going and getting the admonishment that you need or the correction that you need. You know what I'm saying? And being able to take in that rebuke when it's time for you to be rebuked, man. You understand? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Let me get some start off something, man. Let's get let's get Joshua 1 and 9, right? Let's get Joshua 1 and 9. Right? Get Joshua. We're gonna start at Joshua chapter 1 and 9, man. And you gotta understand, like the Most High throughout the entire Bible had to remind Israel to be courageous in everything that we was doing, whether we were going into the land of our enemies to take it over, or if we was passing through some land that our enemies was at, and we knew that they had the power that they could possibly destroy us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord always commanded us to live, to be courageous. You know what I'm saying? And not to be living in fear. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a brother and sister that live in fear, you know what I'm saying, then now you can look back and see why your life is in such despair. You know what I'm saying? Why your life is the way it is. Because you are fearful and you're not somebody who is ready to go and fight, fight the issues that are destroying your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever wonder why somebody who doesn't fight their addictions don't fight? It's because they're in fear of fighting. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to fight. You understand? And being living in fear, of course, causes you to be weak. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. Right, Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. All right, Joshua 1 and 9 says this. It says, "Have not I commanded thee?" So the Most High said, "Have not I commanded thee?" Like, didn't I tell you? "Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid." First off, it says, "Be strong and of a good courage," man. You got to be strong in this place. Like, America is a disgusting place, man. It's a horrible place. You know what I'm saying? But even in this wicked place that's full of homosexuality, disease, death, you know what I'm saying? All the hell that you can experience living in this disgusting place that we live in, you have to be absolutely courageous in this place, man. You understand? You cannot give yourself over to weakness in the land of your enemies, because giving yourself over to weakness in the land of your enemies is how you die. It's how you become weak. It's how you die, man. Just to keep it real simple, right? So let's go back to it. It says, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Most High, thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest." And that's what the Most High told Joshua, man. You know what I'm saying? Wherever he goes, you understand, he should not be dismayed. He should be of good courage, and he should not be fearful, man. So wherever you go in this place, man, whatever you do in this place, you have got to battle. You can't live in fear, man. You understand? The only people that live in fear is those who are living wickedly, man. Who are living a horrible life. They got to keep their head on the swivel and be worrying about whether somebody gonna shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Because they live in a wicked life. Like, think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? If you in the streets heavily, and you got ops, right? That's the term for your enemies today, right? You got ops. You know what I'm saying? And they can be anywhere, and if they catch you slipping, they're gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is your mind is gonna develop a paranoia that's gonna be so holistic, and all you're gonna be thinking about is the fact that, hell, I could be caught slipping one day. My ops might come up on me, and I'm gonna be dead, just like how JJ got shot the other day, or how Pookie got shot the other day. It's gonna be in your head. You're gonna be living in that type of fear. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? When you are a man or a sister or a woman who does not live like that, who doesn't live a life of crime, a life of that gangster life, or that drug life, You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to worry about when it concerning, you know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to worry about concerning whether somebody is going to murder you or kill you, man. You understand? Don't get me wrong. People are going to hate you for the truth because they hated Christ, man. And they're going to hate you for Christ's sake. You understand? They're going to hate you. But at the same time, man, you are covered and protected by the fortress of the Most High, the power of the Most High, man. You understand? You are protected by the Most High, and you have no worries. You have nothing to worry about when it's concerning. You understand? The so-called ops and enemies and all of the things that are out there to destroy you, man. You understand? So it's very important. It's very, very important. You understand that when you're in this truth, you don't live in fear. We're not cowards here. That's one of our slogans in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is no cowards, man. You understand? No cowards and no excuses. You come into the school building, you know what I'm saying? You see all of these, you'll see plaques inside of the school. And most of all the schools in all 50 states and outside of the country, you go into the school, you're going to see where it says no cowards because we don't live in fear. You understand? The only person that we fear is the Most High, man. The Father we fear is what we say, right? The Father is who we fear. Do we fear Esau? No, we don't fear Esau. Is Esau the devil? Yes, he is the devil. Is he murdering us? Yes, he is murdering us. Is he giving us drugs? Yes, he's giving us a lot of drugs. He's killing us by the numbers. You understand? He's killing us in the streets. It's evident. You understand? He's killing our people horribly. But does he put fear in the priests and prophets of the Most High? No, he does not. Does he put fear in the sisters that are following the Most High? No, he does not. Does he put fear in Bishop Eddie Long? Does he put fear in T.D. Jakes? Or does he put fear in Creflo Dollar? Does he put fear in Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson? Yes, Esau puts fear in them. Why? Because they are weak. The only reason why they compromise and do the evil things that they do, you understand, misleading our people, like the scripture says, you understand, is because they live in fear of the so-called white man. They live to please the so-called white man when we're not living to please him, man. We're living to please the Most High. You understand? So we don't live, you understand, in weakness. We don't live in that way, man. You understand? Let me read it again. It says, it says, matter of fact, if I could, I want to go up because I want to go up a verse above. Matter of fact, I want to go up 2 verses above because I see some heavy stuff in here, man. Matter of fact, let's see. Sheesh. I went right to this scripture, and there's a few more scriptures right before it. That's just as good to go with it, right? Because of course this is after the death of Mashah, who is Moses, right? We're gonna go to verse 6. It says, matter of fact, what we gonna do because I like this chapter, we gonna start at chapter 1. We're gonna start at the first verse, and go up to this verse. Because this is what you gotta understand. You understand is that our life is warfare, man. Every day that you wake up, you are going to battle demons. You are going to battle Shaitan, man. He is going to be there, and he is going to be ready to put something in your life, a stumbling block in your life, and you're going to either pass or you're going to fail, man. You understand? You got to understand that Shaitan, he's going to tempt you. You know, the Lord, he's testing you. The Lord is going to see how you getting down. But Shaitan is going to tempt you. Shaitan is good at his job. Shaitan's duty is to keep a weak Negro and a weak woman. You understand? A man and a weak Negro and Negro man and Negro woman out of the kingdom of heaven. That is his duty. That is what he is. That is what the Lord, you understand, created for him to do. You know what I'm saying? He is to filter out the good and the evil, man. He's to separate the bad from the good. You understand? And that's what he does. So now with that being said, You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to fight that cigarette addiction. You know, you listen. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that like it ain't nothing hard about, you know what I'm saying, about putting that cigarette down, man. You just have to make a conscious decision as to who you're going to serve in this place, man. You understand? Are you going to serve Shaitan, or are you going to serve the Most High? That's why the scripture says, "Choose ye this day whom you're going to serve." You understand? You're going to serve the Most High, or you're going to serve Shaitan, man. Are you going to serve this world? Are you going to serve the place in this lifestyle that you learn from the so-called white man here in America, man? You understand? Let's go to chapter 1. I'll read from that, man. Chapter 1 says, "Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Most High, it came to pass that the Most High spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all the people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel." Right? So this is after the death of Moses, and this is when Joshua, you understand, was being raised up to lead the nation of Israel after his death, right? So verse 3, it says, "Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses." You understand? Because like the Most High, what you got to understand, man, is when you in this truth, the Most High is going to give you stumping ground out here, man. The Lord is going to give you stumping ground. You understand? Why? Because you're not afraid, man. You're not afraid to obey. You obey him despite the persecution or despite the wickedness or the evil that comes your way for obeying him, man. You understand? So the Lord is gonna protect you no matter where you go in this place. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you go to the middle of Iraq. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're standing on the border of Ukraine and Russia. If you are with the Most High, if the Most High is with you, Salaki, and you're obedient to the Most High, you can be there, and the Lord is going to make your enemies gonna put your enemies to rest, man. It's gonna keep your enemies off of you. You understand? Now, of course, don't go back and say, not as I said, go fly out to Ukraine and stand on the border of Ukraine and Russia. Do not do that. That's not wise. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you that the power of the Most High, if you are obedient servant to the Most High, then the Most High can have mercy on you in that way. The Most High will protect you in that way, man. You understand? But don't go to Ukraine, please. I don't want nobody telling Captain Nathag or somebody that I told you to go to Ukraine. Verse 3, it says, "Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon," man. You know, every place. Can you imagine? Every place that the sole of your foot tread on, you understand, the Lord could grant you that, to be able to go anywhere on this earth, you understand, without worrying about what your enemies will do to you, man. You understand? That's the power of the Most High. And that's the mindset you have to have in here. Like, you can't be like, listen, and that takes me to camp, man. You can't, like, we go to camp here, man. Meaning we go out there on that street corner and we set up our podiums, our signs, we pull out our speakers, we pull out our cameras, we pull out our microphones, we stand on Shamar, you understand? And we out there and listen, we are crying aloud and sparing not, and we're not afraid when we do it. And we go in every city that we want to go. Every city that we want to go. You understand? Why? Because the Most High is giving us, is allowing us the sole of our feet. Let's go back to it. It says, every place that the sole of your foot, every place that the sole of our foot will be at, the Lord is going to protect us, man. You understand? So every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. Verse 4, "From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all of the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life." You understand? And that's something we're going to look for in the kingdom, man. But even at the same time, you could have a piece of that glory right now. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you understand this is the nation that we're building. With that kind of power right now, we could right now have it to where we could be anywhere we want to, you understand, and we'd be able to stand before, you understand, and no man would be able to stand before us. Nobody is able to stand before the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command of General Yana. Nobody has been able to do that, man. You understand? Why? Because we are protected by the Most High, man. Why? Because we obey Him, man. We obey Him. You think we sitting up here for nothing, saying what we saying and doing what we do for nothing? No, man. There's a great power that is over this place, man, called the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's why we can go out here and we can do what we do, and nobody, you know what I'm saying, and not have to worry about, you understand, what Esau is gonna do to us. We don't live in fear like that, man. And we know how to be wise and do what we supposed to do. We don't go out there running our big mouths and doing what and provoking Esau to do stuff to us, man. You understand? We go out there and we do what we should do. You understand? We go out there and we speak what the Most High says to do. You understand? And if we gonna go out there and we're gonna start any trouble, it's gonna be based off of what we say in here out of here. You understand? Well, let's go. There shall any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Verse 6, be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance of the land which I swear unto their fathers to give to them. Right? So throughout the scriptures, man, when you read the scriptures, you understand, you always hear the Most High saying, I'm going to be with thee. You understand? I'm gonna allow you to subdue your enemies. I'm gonna let you be able to stand with them. Your enemies won't be able to stand before you. The Lord gives us that promise, and all He asks or requests from us is our obedience, man, for us to walk in the path that He wants us to walk. You know what I'm saying? This is all He's been telling us to do, and been commanding us to do. And as long as we always obeyed what He said to do, guess what? We never had to worry about, you understand, being destroyed by enemies. But it wasn't until it ain't until you start disobeying the Most High and becoming weak when we get destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? You come up in here and you fighting that drug addiction. You know, you've been popping pills and all kinds of stuff. I don't even know how brothers is popping pills today, man. They lacing that stuff with fentanyl. And fentanyl is killing brothers and killing sisters, man. It's pill heads on every corner you see. Back in the day, it used to be, I don't know what's worse, the crack epidemic or the pill epidemic, man. The opiate epidemic, man. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, back in the day, it's like, and even today, you might see a brother and sister, walking around scratching a little bit, whatever, sign that he might be a crackhead or whatever. But nowadays, you might catch a brother just leaning over somewhere like that in the middle of the damn street, or you know what I'm saying, or convulsing out there on the street or something like that. That's how horrible, you understand, these drugs are today. But if you come up in here today, man, and you trying to fight your drug addiction, you know what I'm saying, and you get clean for a good amount of months, for a certain amount of time, but then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, something in your life happens. Your lights get cut off. Which you're going to get tested when you come into the truth. You come into Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, some things are going to happen to you to test your courage, to test to see what kind of person you are. That is going to happen. You understand? When you come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, some things are going to happen in your life. You're going to have to fight it. You can't be a punk. You understand? You can't be weak. You can't be a punk. You have to go and fight it. You understand? Otherwise, if you don't fight it, it's going to be an excuse for you to go back and do pills. It's going to be an excuse for you to go back and smoke weed. It's going to be an excuse for you to go back and drink alcohol and be a drunkard or whatever the case is. You understand? That will happen. It's going to give you an excuse to go sell some box out on the street, sisters, or to go sit or to go and flaunt your naked behind at a goddamn strip club, at a ratchet strip club at that. You understand? That is what will happen if you don't fight your demons. You understand? We don't live in fear. We fight. We fight. All right. That's down to everything. Drug addiction, homosexuality, you understand? Adultery, you understand? Anything that you can think of, anything that, all of these, all of the wickednesses that you can think of, you know what I'm saying, that is against the Most High. When you go back to those things, it's showing that you have fell weak and you're not even fighting anymore, man, or that you have lost the will to fight. But you luckily, and if you will receive it, you know what I'm saying, the Isupk will be here, brothers will be here to help you to fight that drug addiction if you're willing. But if you're just somebody who does not fight and won't fight, you know what I'm saying, and then it comes to the point where you just have to keep learning the hard way. And let me tell you something, learning the hard way is not the way you want to learn. Being a coward and living the life of a coward is only going to allow you to learn by experience. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, anybody that's paying attention, if you have to learn by experience, it's the worst way to learn. I'm trying to tell you. All right? Let's keep reading. It says, only be thou strong. This is verse 7, Joshua chapter 1, verse 7. It says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, man. Do according to all the law, man. That's what the Most High requires Joshua to do, man. You understand, to be courageous. You understand, and to observe to do according to all the law. You understand, and it's not hard. Don't let a Christian tell you can't obey the laws, man. Christian tells you that you can't obey the laws because they don't want to obey the laws, because they're cowards, because they can't live life unless they have that weed smoke. They can't live life unless they're absolutely high. You understand? Because otherwise, woe is me. Otherwise, they're gonna be depressed, and they feel like the only way to fight that depression, or to fight that bill, that light getting turned off, or that child support, or that charge that they about to get, or whatever the case is, or they was molested, or whatever traumatization they done went through. They feel like the only way to fight it is by escaping through smoking weed, or being a filthy drunk, man. You understand? Like, don't be that type of person, man. Fight your battles the right way. The way you fight it in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is you come in here and you shut your mouth and you learn, and you ask questions and you get counsel, man. You understand? That's what you do. All right. Let's see. Verse 7, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant command thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper wherever thou goest, man. You can have that now. That doesn't have to be in the kingdom. It's going to be in the kingdom, trust me. We fighting for that. But you could prosper right now, you understand, by following the Most High. You understand? Like, brothers, we go out here and we do the thing. As long as we obey the Most High allows us to continue on, you understand, and fighting in this wicked world. Like, living in fear is how things fall apart. If you're living in fear, then you're going to always be afraid to go and achieve. You're not even going to want to go and, like, think about it. You aren't even going to want to go get that job that you wish you could work. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be because you can't pass a drug test. And the reason why you can't pass a drug test, because you got to get high. And the reason why you got to get high is because your life is so hard. Your life is so freaking hard. It's so hard. I got to smoke weed. I'm smoking weed. I can't get the job that I want. I can't go forward in life. Well, that's the reason why. Stop being a coward, and whatever it is in your life that is hard, fix it so that you can go and achieve things, man. So you can make some achievements. You understand? Like, that's what you do. All right, let's keep going. It says, verse 8, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that it is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, then thou shalt have good success. You know what I'm saying? Taking this Bible and applying it to your life and not being a coward is how you can is how you can have much success. You understand? Even living in this hellhole that we live in, man. You understand? Like again, don't live in fear in this place, man. With all that's going on, listen. I know. Listen, you can look. I mean, you can look out the window and you can see the hell that's going on out in this window, man. You can look right out this window and there's hell going on out there. You might walk right out this door, you know what I'm saying, and you're gonna find some brothers out there or sisters out there that's heavily on drugs. You might go way up the street and you might see a drive-by shooting. You might go way down this street and you might see, you know, some pimp and a prostitute out in the street. You might go up that street and you might see, you know what I'm saying, a cop knocking a brother upside the head or whatever the case is. You're gonna see it. It's out here because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people are in hell. That's the condition that we live in. You understand? But we have to fight. We have to fight our situation, you know, in this hell. You know what I'm saying? But the only place where you can get sharpened up on warfare for this type of war that we living in is in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You cannot fight if you're high. You cannot fight if you're a homosexual. You cannot fight if you are weak. You can't do it. It doesn't work. You have got to put on your armor, man. You have to gird up your loins, and you got to get out here and you got to fight. You understand? And fighting comes with much studying and tutelage and of course counsel. Right? Let's read on. Verse 9. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage? Be not afraid, neither be dismayed. For the Most High thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. You understand? Wherever we go in this place, you know what I'm saying, the Lord will protect us, but you can't be a punk, man. You can't be weak. Salakia. You cannot be weak in this place, man. Let's get let's go to this is the one I want right here. Let's get 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Let's get 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Right? Because we're talking about not living in fear. Don't be a coward. All right? 2 Timothy 1 and 7, right? All right, y'all get 2 Timothy 1 and 7. All right, we don't live in fear, man. We don't. That's not how we live our life. You know what I'm saying? We live our life. You understand? As you know what I'm saying, as a law abiding, you know, brothers and sisters in Salakia. You understand? We live our life obeying the Most High. You know what I'm saying, and shewing evil. You know what I'm saying? Shewing evil and being courageous and obeying the laws. You understand? That's why when you see the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you be like, damn, them brothers, they look intimidating. You know, them brothers, they look hardcore. You know, them brothers, they just, you know what I'm saying, they you know what I'm saying, they look like they look too gangster, man. They you know what I'm saying, they need to humble yourself. No, we don't need to humble ourselves. You know what I'm saying? What it is you just don't understand that you don't understand the warfare. You don't know what a soldier is if you've seen one. You understand? Like, you don't understand what a soldier is when you see one. You understand? We are soldiers in here. And let me tell you something. We so much of soldiers up in here that whenever we are battling, like say for instance, a brother up in here is struggling, and he want to go back to that weed, and he feeling that urge, and he feel like he falling weak. He has brothers and sisters. He has brothers in here. You understand? He has men above him in here that will counsel him or that will talk to him and will help him to fight that battle, man. That will help him to fight that demon. Now that's love, man. And it's courage. It's courage when a brother can say, brother, you know what? Listen, the other day I wanted to pick up that weed. I wanted to smoke it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been off the weed for about a month or 2, 3 months or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to pick up that weed so bad. My cousin came over here. He had a loud pack, and it got the smelling good in my nose. I know it wasn't nothing but Satan. You know what I'm saying? He tried to pass it to me. I had to push it away, but you know, I don't think I'm gonna be strong the next time. Next time, I might have to take that. I might have to take it. I might have to get some of it. You know what I'm saying? I need your help. It ain't no shame in that. It ain't no shame in a brother saying, listen, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm going to smoke that weed again. That's courage. That's battle. That's you. I'm going to tell you what that's doing. That's you picking up your sword and fighting, man. That's you picking up your sword. You dropping your sword, you dropping that sword is when you pick up that weed and you smoke it. That's what dropping that sword is. But you picking up that sword and you holding that sword firmly, as you said, listen, the other day, man, they tried to get me to smoke that weed, man. And they know I've been off for a while, but they know I've been trying to get sober and get right on it. But I just need a little bit of help. And you come and you get counsel. That is you showing that you are a brother, you know what I'm saying, that will battle. You are a brother who will go to war. You're a brother who will say something, who will do something, you know what I'm saying, to ensure that he's in compliance with the Most High. And that right there is most honorable. You know, one of the most honorable things you can do in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is to come and say, yo, I have a problem and I need some help. Like, dude, that's what you do. You let it be known that you need some help, man. You understand? Let's read that. I said 1 Timothy, that's courageous, man. Let me tell you something. In the Christian church, you can smoke all the crack you want, man. You can smoke. Crackhead Tony can be up in that Christian church, praise dancing, directing the choir, playing the drums. He could be out there running around the church. Nobody's going to stop Crackhead Tony from running around that church, but they also are not going to stop him from smoking that crack either. He's going to get to smoke as much crack as he wants. Crackhead Tony is going to be in church, and everybody's going to be happy and crying over him and trying to pray over him in that church. But then he's going to walk out in that church and he's going to go back home and he's going to pull the crack pipe out and he's going to smoke it. And nobody's going to care about Crackhead Tony. Because you know why? Because the Christian church does not give a damn about anybody who smokes a crack pipe. Just make sure you pay your tithes in that Christian church. That's it. That's what they care about. They care about your money. And good luck at getting the crackhead to give you some money. You understand? But he will come inside the church and clean it up. Clean it up real good. And he'll clean your church up real good, but you ain't going to help him get off of crack. Guess what? When you come to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you get off of crack. You either get off of crack or you don't be in here at all. Because we want law-abiding citizens in here, man. We want God-fearing men and women and children in this place, man. And if you are not a God-fearing man or woman or child up in here, then this is not the place for you. The Christian church or the Muslim mosque or wherever the hell you want to be at is the place for you. That goes for men, women, and children. You don't want to be in here? No sweat. Go somewhere else. But as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord, man. You understand? 1 Timothy 1:7. Let's get that. All right. Let me see if there's some. Let's see. 1 Timothy 1:7. This is one of my favorite bedrock scriptures right here. It says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear." That's not the spirit He gave us, man. He didn't give us the spirit of fear. Like, you go and you read the nature of the Most High. If you go and read the behaviorisms and the nature of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who was our king, man. You understand? A black, austere brother. You understand? He did not live in fear, man. He didn't live in fear. He walked, listen, in the time of Christ, man, Christ walked everywhere and been everywhere he wanted to go, knowing that he was going to be persecuted by the Romans, man. He walked all throughout Rome and Jerusalem, everywhere he wanted to be at, facing persecution of them, knowing that one day they were going to kill him for the things he was saying. But guess what? He did not stop. He didn't stop saying what he had to say. He didn't stop doing the things that he was doing. He didn't stop obeying God. And guess what? Guess what happened? He was killed for it. He was murdered for it. The Romans killed him for it. You understand? The Pharisees, the Sadducees, your Uncle Toms and your Creflo Dollars and TD Jakes had him killed, man. They had him killed. You understand? But guess what? He did not. He wasn't a punk, man. You understand? Because why? Because the Most High didn't give us the fear, the spirit of fear. We don't live our life in fear, man. We don't get down like that. Not in here. That's why you be wondering why we be standing on that scale. Like low key, you be out there and you be seeing us out there on that street corner and you be sitting there like, dang, they brave. And you know how we get down out there, man. You know when we stand on that street corner, you know that there's always a chance somebody could do something to us. Hell, we deal with the cops murdering brothers all over the place. We deal with the cops all the time. But guess what? Because we understand the scriptures, because we know how to conduct ourselves, this right here protects us, man. This right here protects us out there in that street, man. Our understanding of this protects us. You understand? The wisdom that is bestowed on us protects us out there, man. But Christianity is not going to protect you out in the street, man. Ask Ahmaud Arbery. You understand? Ask Trayvon Martin. Ask Michael Brown. Ask all of the fallen. Ask Sandra Bland. Go and find out what their religious backgrounds are, man. Now, why didn't the crucifix? Why didn't the cross save them? Why did the countless baptisms they've had in them churches? Why hasn't that saved them? Why did that stop the cop from putting them to death? Why did them getting baptized in that water or getting the holy oil anointed on their head in that church or them paying their tithes in the church? Why didn't it stop them from getting killed? Because they live in the spirit of fear in the Christian church. Because they don't have the fear of the Most High in the Christian church. But we do have the fear of the Most High here. But we don't live in the spirit of fear in this. We don't live fear in this world, man. You understand? The only person we fear is the Father who we fear. That's one of our songs in here, man. We chant that. The Father we fear. Who do we fear? The Father we fear, man. You understand? But we don't fear Esau. That's not in our chant. We don't say who do we fear? Esau we fear. No, we don't get down like that. We fear nobody but the Most High. And that's the reason why we're able to go out here and do what we do. You understand? Let's keep reading. It says, verse 7, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Let's break that down. So of power, man. You understand? We have power, man, over our enemies. We have power over our enemies. That's why when we get our behinds out there on that street, and the police try to come at us, because we are complying with the Most High, you understand, and brothers is being solid and doing what they're supposed to do in the work of the Most High, then guess what? We're giving power over them. That means we can go file police reports, have everything on camera, and whatever them cops is doing, if they doing something that's reckless and out of order, we win that battle, man. We win that battle. Same thing when some civilian comes up and tries to disrupt our camp or tries to heckle us or tries to destroy our equipment. Guess what happens? The Lord gives us the power, man, and we win. We win in that situation, man. Same thing anywhere we go. You understand? Dealing with your boss. If you're obedient to the Most High, your boss is not a factor, man. It won't be long before the Lord will remove your boss or change his heart or something. Something is going to happen in your favor as long as you're obedient to the Most High, man. You understand? It says, but of power and of love. You understand? Giving us the spirit of love, man, because we are commanded to love each other. Because how can we even have power if we don't have brotherhood and we can't love each other, man? How is it that we could even have power or be strong or teach each other courage or give off the spirit of courage if we can't even be together, man? If we can't love like what the scriptures say, love is the way that the scripture says to love, man. Right? It says, and of sound mind, man, having wisdom, being wise, not making dumb decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? Not being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Being courageous, you know what I'm saying, and making wise decisions. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem with a lot of black Hispanics and Native Indians. It's a problem with a lot of you, man. Go out there and want to make horrible decisions, and then when things backfire, you understand, you're looking like, you know, you want to play the, you know, you want to act like, you know what I'm saying, you don't understand what happened or why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you why it's happening. The more you smoke that weed, the more you are going to face all the hell that you're facing. The more that you keep playing, doing anything illegal in this place, man, the more problems you're going to have. You understand? The more you keep breaking the laws out here, the more issues with Esau. You're going to see Esau face more in your life than you think you already do if you continue disobeying the laws of the land. You know what I'm saying? Don't be driving around here without your license. You got a suspended license. Don't drive. Walk. Catch the bus. Catch a ride. Catch an Uber. Catch Lyft. You know what I'm saying? Do something. You know what I'm saying? Um, you understand? Whatever the case is, man. Anything. You ain't got no food. It ain't time for you to go to Walmart and shoplift. You trying to shoplift all? I never understood this. Like sidebar, I never understood this. When brothers and sisters is like if a if somebody goes inside of a damn grocery store and wants to you know what I'm saying, and wants to shoplift at a grocery store, they don't never like 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 they don't never they don't never think to get stuff like you know, like some mediocre stuff. Like if you was hungry, ain't had no food, you go in there and you might could pick up. I ain't telling you to steal. Don't say that. I'm telling you to steal. But you might go in there and pick up some damn ramen noodles or something. But brothers and sisters go up in there and be stealing packs of of steak, like premium steak. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't steal food out of the grocery store, man. Don't be stealing anything, man. You want something, go work for it. If you ain't got no food, you understand, especially if you're in Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you need something, you better not embarrass Commander Junior Hunter by going out there and stealing nothing, man. Don't you steal a damn thing. You understand? If you need food, you better call your camp leader and you better say, Salaki, sir, I am short on food. Can you help me out? We got food programs, and we got you'll be able to get the brothers will be able to come together and get you right. You understand? But you better not dare be out there stealing no damn food, man. You understand? And let anybody that's loyal to this truth find out that that's what you're doing. Don't you do that. You understand? I dare not hear about any brother or sister having to go and steal or shoplift anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. It's the stupidest thing you can do, and you do not want to hear my mouth if you in the South Carolina camp, if that's something that you try to do or will do. Don't do it. You understand? So now, going forward, man, fight your battles. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no food in your house. Don't be afraid to call a brother and say, yo, I don't have no food, man. Don't live like a coward and then try to go make decisions on your mind is like will destroy you. Like your heart and your mind will destroy you, man. It'll destroy you because in your mind you think that the way to deal with something is by dealing it on your own, and because you're dealing with it on your own, you make you do something that makes the situation worse. When you could have just really said, "Yo, this is what's going on. This is what I need help with." You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you should do. Otherwise, you're going to fall into a place where you're going to where now your mind is going to start telling you, well, since you ain't got no food and you don't want to you don't want to burden the school, or you don't want to tell nobody what's going on or whatever, you might maybe you can get away with stealing a few packs of steak at the store, or stealing a few cans of beans or something at the store. Don't do that. Like don't do that. Don't be a punk. Don't be weak. You know what I'm saying? Call a brother up and say, "Yo, I need some food." It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to think that you some po nigga that's bumming off of everybody in the school. Nobody cares about that. That's not how we get down in the school. Brothers and sisters come from all walks of life. It means nothing, man. Like when you come up in here, if you need food, you can get food, man. You gonna get food. Just don't embarrass the school by going out there and stealing, man. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? The man up. Read it again. It says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear." See what kind of time we got. I don't want to go over too. Okay, we still good, right? Have not given us the spirit of fear. You know what I'm saying? Don't be weak, man. Don't be weak out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like fight your demons. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Counsel is available. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make a conscious decision that you really trying to serve the Most High. It can't be 1 minute I'm ready to serve the Most High, and the next minute I'm out here doing this and doing that, man, and neglecting the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight, man. You gotta keep the right people in your circle. If you don't keep the right people in your circle, man, then guess what happens? Satan gets in your circle. And then when Satan gets in your circle, it can eventually get to a point where it's hard to get him out of that circle, man. And he's going to keep staying in that circle until you are either dead or you have gained enough strength to get him out of your circle, man. That's what you better understand, and that's what you better try to keep that inside of your mind. Because I'm trying to tell you, man, Satan can get in that circle, and if you don't have the strength to fight and get him out of that circle, he will kill you. And if you're somebody who loves and prays death and always depressed and holding on to nonsense, you will die, man. You'll die just like the way you're already living. You understand? You don't have to live like that. You understand? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 16-13, man. So many good scriptures on being courageous, and being courageous is such an important thing to do, man. You understand? Living in fear is such a slave mentality, man. Being a punk is such a slave mentality. And the white man is the so-called white man is the devil on this earth, man, because he's instilled that fear in us so heavily, especially us out here in the South, man. You understand? Because of that slave mentality that was brought when the slaves were brought here into the South, and and Christianity, and man, it's just disgusting, man. Christianity is a psychology that teaches us to fear our enemies. So that's why you always hear about the Uncle Toms and the Sambo Coombs, who was always ready to do everything Master said. Because if I did everything Master said, he ain't gonna beat me, and he gonna give me his nice shiny coat. You understand? That's a punk. That's a punk, man. Like, your pastor is a punk. And listen, we'll say it to his face. You bring him to camp, and we'll tell you that your pastor's a punk, and then tell him to come and see us out there. You understand, on Main and East Coffee Street, and we'll tell him he's a punk. You understand? And we'll tell him why he's a punk. We're not going to just tell him he's a punk, but we're going to tell him why he's a punk according to the scriptures, right? But it's such a slave mentality to live in fear. You understand? Just because you feel like being humble or living in fear is what's going to keep you alive. If you think that you're going to die, you're going to die. If you think that you can hide with your humbleness and hide with your meekness, or your what you think is meekness or your humbleness, while at the same time disobeying the Most High, you will find out that is how you end up dying. That's how you end up dying. You're opening yourself to get stabbed in the back by your enemies because you're not smart, you're simple and dumb, and you think that being so humble and being so passive and not fighting and living in fear is going to save you. That's why Martin Luther King's dream was such a horrible, cowardly dream, man. You understand? That's the reason why. Martin Luther King's dream was such a cowardly dream, man. It was such a cowardly, thing that he stood on. You understand? Because his motive was to be able to get along with our enemies, so that he could participate in the luxury of what it means to be an American, or having to have the American dream, man. You understand? Instead of, living as a revolutionary, you understand, and separating from the so-called white man. Because we want so bad to live like him that instead of separating from him, we want to be like him. And that's a cowardly way to live. When we could really have our own nation, our own strength, our own power. You understand? If we were just separated from the so-called white man or separated from our enemies, you understand? Like that mentality that if you can't beat them, join them is a weak mentality. Don't develop that in your mind. Don't in your mind and listen. If you think I'm playing with you when I say that that demon will come in or try to attack you when you in the truth, I'm trying to tell you it will. Because when you come inside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, when you're young, you understand you are going to be fighting to decide whether you want to stay here in the school or whether you want to go chase your dreams out in the world. You understand? And you're gonna be thinking, well, damn, I can't. You're gonna be thinking you can't do what you want to, go in and chase your dreams while you're in the truth. And you're gonna run out there and you're gonna feel like, well, hell, I'm gonna have to go out there and be in the world in order to get this done and do this done or whatever. Don't do that, man. Like, get some counsel and learn how to get down, how to live your life in this place, man. Don't live like a coward. You understand? Don't be so down on your luck that now here you go talking about some damn I can't win for nothing. Maybe I need to go out there and I need to join the police department or join the military. Like, that's just weak, Ock. That's weak. Don't join the military. Don't join. What you joining your enemy's military for? The hell you gonna go and join the white man's military for? What, to fight your own people or to fight his enemies who you have no beef with? That makes no sense. And what are you gonna join the police department for? When the police department seems to only know how to beat a Negro upside the head with a club. That's what you joining the police department for? You couldn't possibly be joining the police department because you want to protect and serve. You understand? Maybe you sincerely do, but guess what? That is not what the police department does. That's not what that's about. There might be a lot of sincere people on the police department. I'm not going to knock that, but there's just as much, if not more, uh, uh, um, police officers on the police department that want to knock you upside the head and want to see you dead, want to put that knee right in your neck and break your spine. You understand? Or suffocate you. You understand? There's many of them out there that want to do that, right? So we don't want to live in fear, man. Don't go out there and make decisions being a punk when you could just get counsel and keep fighting for the Most High, and the Most High will supply you. The Most High will allow you to stand before your enemies, man. You understand? Will allow you to put the sole of your foot everywhere you want to be at, and you won't even be touched, man. And like the scripture said in back in Joshua, you'd be able to prosper in this place, man. You'd be successful. You understand? We rack in a lot of success in the ISUPK. It's so beautiful. It's so lovely. The Lord giving us schools and opening up schools for the ISUPK all over the place. That's our reward, man, for being obedient and steadfast. Bringing more brothers and sisters in here to do work in this school. You understand? Bringing in more finances for us to be able to elevate this truth on so many different platforms, man. That's coming. It's all coming, and that just comes with obedience, man. It comes with obedience, and it comes with not being afraid. It comes with not being afraid. You understand? Everything we do it without being living in fear, right? Let's get so where did I say we was at? 1 Corinthians 16 and no. Yeah, 16 and 13. All right, 16 and 13, 1 Corinthians, it says, "Watch ye, stand fast in the faith." You understand? You got to be strong and steadfast in the faith, man. Don't be wavery. You know what I'm saying? Be strong and keep going forward. Focus. Be focused while you in this truth, man. You understand? Remain steadfast in this faith. Keep your work up. Keep your faith up. You know what I'm saying? Get your counsel. Pay your tithes. Do those things. Don't get wavery in that, man. You understand? It says, Salaki, hold on one second. All right, Salakia. It says, and when Salakia, 16, threw myself off just a little bit. 16 and 30. Okay, yeah. All right. It says, "Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong." Right? You got to be strong and be like and stand like men, man. You understand? Like you got to be a man in this truth, man. I'm talking to brothers in this truth. And women, you got to be a woman, right? Not just they're like not trying to make being a woman. When I say man, I'm not trying to make it to seem like I'm saying that's synonymous. You know, like trying to say that a woman is weak, because a woman is not supposed to live in fear either. You understand? A woman can be humble. You understand? A woman can be humble in here. That's feminine for her to do. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to a man, you cannot be a coward. And when it comes down to a woman, you cannot be a coward. You cannot be a coward, man. You understand? Like you have to fight your demons too. Like you can't at all be sitting there in your mind thinking, okay, well, I'm just because I'm the weaker vessel, or because what I'm saying, I'm a woman, I can I shouldn't be held to a certain regard. No, you are held to the same regard. Just like this brother got to fight his demons, you got to fight your demons. Just like he got to learn when to open his mouth and when to shut his goddamn mouth, you got to learn when to open your mouth and when to shut your goddamn mouth. You understand? Just like he can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Just like when he needs to go get counsel, you need to go get counsel, and so on and so on, so forth, man. You understand? You have to be courageous and you have to fight this battle too, man. All right. It says, let's read it again. It says, "Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong, man." Gotta be strong, man. Gotta be a man. Gotta be steadfast. You gotta be strong. You gotta stand up to these situations. And that goes down to that boils down to everything. That boils down to everything. Every evil thought that comes in your mind, whatever you think to do that is not in the spirit of Christ, you gotta make up. You gotta absolutely make up in your mind to not do something that is against the Most High, man. But the only way you can do that is you have got to fight it, man. You got to know in your mind it's wrong, and you got to ask yourself, am I going to disobey the Most High over what? Some vagina? Over what? Some weed? What? For the sake of my reputation being tarnished and not being called a whore? You understand? Like you're gonna destroy yourself over these things. That's what you got to think in your mind. You got to think in your mind. And you know what? And let me also say this, man. I'm gonna go to the next scripture. Everybody in their mind thinks of a sin that or has sinned in their mind, man. Now that's the scripture. I'm gonna find it for you for sure. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in their mind has thought to sin. You understand? And whoever says that they haven't is a lie. You understand? But when you conquer that thing that develops in your heart, because the scripture says that's where sin starts, in your heart, and it brews up in your heart and your mind. You start thinking, damn. But you ain't never. Let me ask you, because you never been in a situation where you understand where somebody did you so wrong you wanted to kill him. And you know that killing him would have been murder, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially if it was unlawful kill, for sure. You might have wanted to murder him just because he said something out of the way. You understand? That's a real demon. So it's a real thing that you like. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't go around telling people you think about murdering people. I'm not telling you that, but it's a real feeling. It's a real thought that comes in your mind. It's just as normal. It's just as normal as when if somebody has a relapse in their mind about smoking weed. You used to smoke weed. You've been sober for 3 months or 4 months, or you've been drinking alcohol. You was an alcoholic and you've been sober for 4 months, and in your mind you saying, "Shit, I want to drink," or "Damn, I want to. For some reason, I just got the urge to want to smoke a cigarette right now." You know what I'm saying? That's a sin that's in your head. Now, it's a sin when you go and do it. You understand? When you go and do it. But the battle starts there. Your battle starts right there in your head. You got to battle that. You got to say to yourself, "I'm not doing that. Nah, I'm good. I've been sober for 3 or 4 months. After a while, when you are diligent to getting off of your addictions, after a while you won't even want it. You won't even want it no more, man. After a while, like for example, you know what I'm saying. If you grew up in the South and you know what I'm talking about, right? If you grew up in the South, we eat a lot of pork. Or you like brothers and sisters down in the South eat a lot of pork, man. More pork than any other region down in the South. You eat everything. You understand? From the tails, the pig tails, to the pig intestines, what we call them, chitlins. You understand? Pig snout, pig's feet, pig everything. Pickle pig feet, pickle every damn thing. You understand? And 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 as hard as it is for a lot of us who come into the truth to get off that pork, eventually, if you don't eat it for a certain amount of time, then you develop to not the desire to not eat it anymore. Like you don't have the desire to eat it anymore. You don't want to even like I mean when I came into truth, man. First off, before I came into ISPK, I had already made up my mind I wasn't gonna eat pork. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I had came into ISPK, because I'm not gonna act like I was just such a righteous Negro before I came to ISPK, because I wasn't. Because what it was, and this is how you know the ISPK is the truth, because even in the world when you make a conscious decision not to do something, you're not paying enough attention to ensure that you're absolutely not doing it. In the world, you could be thinking, "Oh, I don't eat pork," but one day you may choose to not pay attention to the fact that BLT or that burger that you just brought was not the right burger. It was a BLT. It had bacon, lettuce, and tomato on it, and you ate it, and you knew the bacon was on it, but in your mind, damn, I already paid for it. I might as well go ahead and eat it. That's what being in the world does to you. That's what being in the world does to you. But when you come into the truth, you buy that damn BLT and you know you don't eat pork no more and you've been off the pork for a while, you know what I'm saying, and you got enough strength, in your mind, I'm throwing this whole damn thing away. Matter of fact, I'm finna take it back and get the burger that I wanted without the bacon. You ain't even gonna want to. You ain't even gonna want to. Like in most cases, you ain't even gonna want to take the damn bacon off of it. You gonna want to just throw the whole damn thing away. You understand? You just gotta be strong, man, and you can't allow, you know what I'm saying, certain weaknesses like that to stop you. You know what I'm saying, from serving the Most High for sure, right? Let's get Proverbs 28:1, man. You understand? We don't live in fear in this truth. Don't be a coward, man. Don't live like a punk. We don't live like that, man. And don't teach your children to be that way at all. You understand? And thanks to Commander General Yana, man, we have this understanding. Thanks to the brothers who have came up before us, you understand, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, who have fought day in and day out so that this school and this knowledge could get spread out throughout the earth. Now we have it. It's here. And so now we're going to wake brothers and sisters up. We're going to go out here into this valley of dry bones and wake these brothers and sisters up, man. And we're going to do it not in fear, right? That's why the scripture also says, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, you know, say I will fear no evil, right? We're not going to fear evil in this place. This, like America, is the valley of the shadow of death, man, right? Or the shadow of the valley of death, man. Like America, that's America. Like this place is a horrible place to live. But living in this place, you cannot fall. You cannot fall victim to this hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only one way to live in this place if you're not following the Most High, and that is on the path to death, right? So let's get we on Proverbs 28:1. Proverbs 28:1 says, "The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion," man. We are bold as a lion in this truth, man. You understand? The wicked flee. Why? Why do they flee? Because they scared. That's why when we be out there in camp, man, and you get these pastors or these so-called heavy Christian, Bible thumpers, these pork eating Christian, You know what I'm saying? Christian church members that'll come up every now and then, and and as soon as they start getting cut by these scriptures, they take off running, man. They take off running, they take off running because they're afraid, man. They're afraid. We don't have to take off running, man. We're not scared. We don't live like these other camps and all of these other churches who are in fear. When you wicked, you run. Why are you running? Because you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. Like, just picture it like this: if you out on the street corner and you know you sell drugs out on that street corner, and you standing out there, whether you got drugs on you at that moment or not, and you see a squad car coming around that corner, and you take off running, why would you be running? Why would you be running? You're running because you're fearful of what Esau is going to do to you. You're running because you're afraid of what the law is going to do to you. Why? Because you live in wickedness. That's why the scripture says the wicked flee when no man pursueth, man. That cop may have not even been studying you, man. He might have wasn't even going to come and mess with you at all. But you took off running because you knew that you was doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't live your life like that. Don't live your life as the person who has to be so in fear of what Esau is going to do to you, or our enemies at all are going to do with us. Any enemy of ours, whether it be somebody who's within our nation that opposes us. You know what I'm saying? Don't live in fear like that if you're in the truth. Because if you are afraid to do your duties in this school for whatever reason, if you're afraid to get counsel for whatever reason, you understand, then you're going to eventually reveal that there is something you're doing that you ain't supposed to be doing, man. There's something that you're doing you ain't supposed to be doing. It's only time will tell. It says, "For the transgression of a land, many are the princes thereof. But by a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged." All right, let's Salakia, let me see if we got anything. Okay, Salakia, let me check to see if I got a few questions or anything. Then we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. I see all y'all brothers in there. I see y'all in there for sure. I see y'all in here for sure. All right, no sweat, no sweat. Um, let's see what we got here. Let's get Proverbs 3 and 5. A lot of time what I try to do is, what I'm saying, any brothers need some wisdom and they want to study, you should study the entire Bible, right? But anytime you want if you want some wisdom to help you to get through some stuff, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you want to definitely get in books like Proverbs. Proverbs is heavy. It's a lot of wisdom in Proverbs. Ecclesiasticus. You know what I'm saying? Those are some good scriptures to get into, to help you to understand how to conduct yourself or how to do things. You know what I'm saying? The type of mindset you have to have is full of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing for you to do. Right? Let's go to Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, matter of fact, let's start at verse 1. Matter of fact, nope. Yeah, let's start at verse 1. It says, "My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments." Man, keep the Lord's commandments, man. You keep the Lord's commandments and you keep it in your heart, you can conquer anything, man. You understand? Like that's the beginning of fear. That's the beginning of fear in the Most High, for sure. And if you fear the Most High, you have no room to fear anybody else or to fear anything else. You understand? Give all your fear to the Most High, and you're going to conquer everybody around you that is not of the Most High. Everything around you, every philosophy, everything, every doctrine around you that is not of the Most High. That's why you see brothers relentlessly out there speaking. You see Captain Mashak out there tearing it up out there in the UK and out there in DC, man. You see Big Priest, Captain Malquad up there in Chicago tearing it down out there. Captain Kapash tearing it down out there. You understand? Captain Yatazak out there tearing it down out there. The generals tearing it down. Captain Gaddafi. All of these heavy hitters out there tearing it down in these cities, and they doing it, and they're not doing it in fear, man. They're not doing it in fear. Right? It says, verse 2, for a length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Like, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments is going to add to you days and long life and peace. You understand? Shall they add to you, man? You understand? Like in the Isupk, man, we because we don't live in fear of what Esau could do to us or what this world could do to us. We have no reason to sit here and be afraid or not being able to have a peaceful, gathering. We, like brothers and sisters, we come up in here and we have Hanukkah, which just passed. You understand, the Feast of Dedication. And we have our feast days. We come together, you know what I'm saying? And we come right up in our temple, man, and we have a good time. And we don't worry about somebody coming up in here and doing or disturbing our peaceful gathering in here, man. We don't worry about nobody coming and destroying our peaceful, what the world calls our peaceful protest out there in the street. What we call is our street teachings. You understand? We don't worry about what Esau or any of our enemies would do to us when we decide to step out and go to a bar or have a good time. You understand? In a righteous way, a righteous manner. You understand? We don't live in that fear of that because we obey the Most High. Right? It says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee, bind them about thy neck. It says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee, bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. You know what I'm saying? Let mercy and truth be written in your heart, man. You understand? Allow mercy and truth to be written in your heart, man. Like, don't remain steadfast and let this be part of you. Let this be inside of your mind to always do what the Most High wants you to do, man. You understand? Verse 4, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and man. Right? Let's read that again. It says, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and man. Right? You'll find good understanding, you understand, in the sight of the Most High and man. Verse 5, it says, trust in the Most High with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. I'm going to read that again. Verse 5, trust in the Most High with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. You got to trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. Trust in the Most High with all your heart. The minute that you feel like things are so depression is so hard for you, you understand? You got to trust in the Most High with all your heart. Oh, well, I'm getting ready to have this baby and this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I got everything I need. Trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, my life's getting ready to get cut off. Trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. Oh, well, I was at my job the other day and they was, it's getting hard, man. I can't. Trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. You understand? Don't allow there to be a start. Don't allow there to be a reason for you to start doing something that is a sin, all because of something that is going on. You got to trust in the Most High with all your heart. You have to trust in the Most High with all your heart. You understand? It says, Shalaki. Allah subhanahu says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. It says, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Meaning what? Don't think about don't do anything outside of what of wisdom, man. Don't trust in what you believe in to how to handle a situation. Don't trust in your own mind. Your mind is going to tell you what it wants. It's going to tell you what your flesh wants. Like your flesh wants to be numb so bad. Your flesh wants to be numb so bad. Your flesh wants you to take some pills so that your brain can trip and you don't have to think about your light bills or your pregnancies or your or oh God, anything. How hard your boss is on you, or your car broke down, like or your husband left you, or your wife left you, or whatever the case is, man. Like that's what you taking the pill for, to numb your brain, your flesh. That's what your flesh wants. Your mind wants to convince you that the only way to get through life is to do something that is going to please it, make it feel good for a short amount of time. But guess what happens when you get that high or when you get that pleasure? It can be anything. It doesn't have to be getting high. You might think that going and on a sex spree, just being out there having sex with every damn whore out there because you're depressed, because life is hard for you. Just go and have sex with every broad. You thinking in your mind that's what you need, and by the time you finish having sex with every whore and contracting every disease that you can absolutely get, you're going to still have the same problems. You're going to still have the same issues. So what does that mean? What does that tell you? That's not the way to do. Leaning and thinking of how you do it in your mind is not how it's supposed to get, how we supposed to get down in the truth. It's what you should be doing is you should be following the law, statutes, and commandments, getting counsel, and keeping the truth in your heart, man, and not being afraid to get counsel, and not being afraid to fight your demons, and not being afraid, you understand, to really put in that work to ensure that you don't go back to the place that you were when you was in the world, man, because that's what destroys you. And now you over here thinking that getting high or doing all kinds of nutty garbage, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of crazy stuff is going to fix your situation, but you just added on. Like, is that logical to you? Is it logical to you that your lights is getting ready to get turned off, but you're going to go take the money that you could add to your light bill while you're figuring out how to gather up the rest of it, and you're going to go buy you some weed, and you're going to smoke that weed while your lights is getting turned off. So now, guess what? You're high and in the dark. You're high and in the dark. And then once your high is over, guess what? You're still in the dark. And then guess what you're going to do when you realize you're still in the dark? You're going to go and get some more weed. And you're going to get high again while you're in the damn dark. Eventually, you will never get your lights turned back on until something strikes you in your mind that you got to have your goddamn lights on, or else what the hell else can you do? And then the process will happen again. You'll get high again. And your lights will go off and you'll get high and you'll stay high, because that's how you fight your battles. You fight your battles by pleasing your flesh, by leaning unto your own understanding instead of leaning unto the understanding of the Most High, man. Instead of trusting the Most High. Let's see, we're going to get one more scripture. One more scripture. Let's get let's get Psalms 31 and 24. Psalms 31 and 24. All right. Verse 23. We're going to start at 23 and then do 24. All right. It says, O love the Most High, all ye his saints. For the Most High preserveth the faithful, and plentiful rewardeth the proud doer. You understand? The Lord rewards the proud doer of his work, man, of this truth. You all right? You understand? And it says, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, and all ye that hope in the Most High. Let me tell you something. When you step in the doors of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, you have to be courageous, man. You have to come in here ready for the battle, ready for the war. You're going to get trained up to go to war. Much like in ancient times where if we had to go and fight the Hittites or the Moabites or the Ammonites or the Amorites or the Hamites or whatever, whoever we had to go fight, the Canaanites. You know, so whoever we had to fight, we had to go in there, and you had to come in with a courageous mindset, man. You had to be ready to wield to get that sword and wield it and learn how to use that sword, man. Or when you come into the Isupk, man, you have to come in here and strengthen your heart with the truth, man. You understand? You have to have good courage. You have to have good courage in here. You can't come in here weak, man. You can't be up in here and be weak. You understand? This is not for the weak, man. If you come in here and you think that you're in here and you're going to be weak in here, you are better off being in the Christian church. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If every minute, if every day somebody has to worry about you smoking weed because you think we don't know what weed smells like, because we in the school and we don't smoke weed, but you think we don't know what weed smells like none of us ever smoked weed in our life. You think we don't know what weed smells like. You think we don't know, what's going on in your life, and we know everything that's going on in your life. You think we don't know. You understand? If you can't even fight those battles and you choose not to fight those battles, you belong in the Christian church. Because in here, we have to be of good courage. That's what the Most High wants us to do. You understand? And being of good courage strengthens our hearts. Because we go out in these streets, because we battle in the name of the Most High, because we do these things, we become even more courageous. And guess what? It makes us even more ready to go to battle. It makes us ready to go everywhere. Listen, if Commander Junior Yohana ever gives, and I'm not saying he will, but Commander Junior Yohana ever gives the order, if he ever passed down the order for everybody to get a plane ticket and go down to Egypt or go down to Iraq or somewhere in the Middle East and prophesy into the Middle East, I want to go. As crazy as it sounds, it might sound to you, I want to go. You understand? You understand? Because we got to have that type of courage, man. We got to be ready to do it. You got to be ready to go and you know what I'm saying, and fight for the Most High. When you come inside of the truth, man, you are the Lord's defense. You are the defense of this truth. We battle to protect this truth. You understand? Because this truth eventually, it's already established this earth, but eventually this truth will govern this entire earth. You understand? There will be no the white man's empire will not be, will be no more. You understand? There will be no other empires except for the empire or the governing body of the Most High. You understand? So we have to defend it with courage, with strength. You understand? But if you can't beat a damn drug addiction, you know what I'm saying? If you can't beat your depression, you always want to die. You understand? And woe is me. You can't beat those things, then guess what? You're not worthy to fight in this war, this battle. And you'll end up a casualty. You understand? We don't need casualties in here. You know what I'm saying? We need brothers who are willing to go. And, like, if you fight and you die in this, you die an honorable death, man. Like, die doing something right, doing something in the eyes of the Most High that is absolutely righteous. You know what I'm saying? We've had brothers that have passed away. You know what I'm saying? In being in this truth, and these brothers died out of a death. They passed away doing what was right in the eyesight of the Most High, man. Their bodies wasn't strong enough to carry on, but the Lord, that they still fought an honorable death. Fought an honorable, fight unto the death, which is what the Most High is, the only death that the Most High honors. He doesn't honor a Negro that wants to die, you know what I'm saying, or a woman that wants to die because your life is so messed up and and fighting and all kinds of garbage that's going on, and you're depressed and you're suffering and all kinds of stuff going on in your life. That's not honorable, man. Don't die like that. Don't go out like a coward. Fight like somebody who wants to live, man. You know what I'm saying? Fight like somebody who wants to live for his brothers and sister. Like me, I don't want to die, man. I don't want to die because I want to be here. I want to live for my brothers here in this truth, man. I want to live for my brothers here in South Carolina, my brothers down in Florida, my brothers up in North Carolina, my brothers out in California and Texas and the UK and Trinidad and Jamaica and Canada and every city and state that we're in, man. I want to live for them. You understand? So I don't want to ever fall weak to that, man. Ever fall weak to wanting to die or putting myself in a position to die because I'm weak. I'm going to remain strong, man. And that's what you should do. You should remain strong. You should fight all your demons and don't let Shaitan get the best of you. With that being said, again, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm going to go ahead and give you the security announcements. We are the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, rule for new brother and sister. Listen to this very closely, because this right here, this rule, the security announcements, I'm paying attention. I shall not be embarrassed. I shall not be embarrassed. You understand? I shall not. I'm going to say it again. I shall not be embarrassed. Every brother and sister that's paying attention, especially in the South Carolina camp, I shall not be embarrassed. Listen to this rule. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. I'll read it again. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. You must get permission. Any woman that you deal with in this school, that you want to deal with in this school, you must get permission. I do not want to find out from nobody that you're going and having a secret relationship with anybody in the school. Do not do that. You will feel my wrath if I hear about it. I do not want to hear about it. You understand? Do not do that. You understand? Be courageous, like I just taught in the scriptures. Be courageous. If you want a sister, go to her camp leader and request her. You understand? And if they say nah, and it ain't happening, just it's okay. It's no sweat. It's not the end of the world. There'll be other women. You know what I'm saying? And if they say, yeah, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? That's, we can go forward with that. That's cool, whatever. The Most High in Christ. But don't forget this rule. This rule is the most important. This is like one of the most important protocols in a school. Make sure that you follow it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Tithes is 10%, right? Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 18, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, my Asherah. You understand? Make sure that you pay your tithes. If you wonder why stuff ain't going the way you want it to go, it's because you're not paying your tithes. Pay your damn tithes, man. Don't rob the Lord. Pay your tithes. All right? 10% of every penny of any increase unto the Most High, you give to the Treasury Department. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. All right. The next holy convocation, I do believe, is Purim. All right. We're going to, let's see, let me get, matter of fact, I got it right here. It's Purim, 14th day and 15th day of the 12th month. Monday the 14th February and Tuesday the 15th February 2022. All right, that's Purim. That's the next one that's coming up. Of course, we're going to make sure we have that feast day for sure. And that's it, man. If you want to become a trooper in the school, wear all black. You understand with that being said? Shalom.